Finally made it to New Zealand. That was crazy. First off, let me tell you what happened, and then I'll show you what I'm looking at. I'll show you the car. I'll show you what I'm eating. The good stuff. So, I made some rookie mistakes, and I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I've been traveling for a long time, and I did some things that I've never done before, and I paid for it. So, let's see. I left 2 days ago, I believe, is when I left Raleigh, and the first flight was delayed an hour and a half out of Raleigh to LAX because of crew not being there. So that was all on American. And I asked, I'm like, am I going to make my flight? And they're like, just get ready to run. You'll be fine. We then got to LAX and sat for 20 minutes on the tarmac. That was great. While we were sitting there, my flight was boarding to New Zealand. And then they called the 5 of us who were on the New Zealand flight and said, come up front. We're gonna run you out first. And I was like, sweet. So we walked out. It took them like 10 minutes to open the door, probably 5 minutes to open the door. And we walk out, and the gate agent stops us and says, I've rebooked you. And then says, wait, never mind. Run and see if you can get on that plane. And we're like, okay. So all 5 of us run over. And the lady says, oh, we shut the door 3 minutes ago. So missed the flight to New Zealand by just a few minutes, and so they rebooked me for an Air New Zealand flight the next day, and I spent the day in LA just hanging out, and then I went to get on the Air New Zealand flight. I got there early because I had all these food vouchers, and I'm like, I'm going to blow all this money in LAX, and I got there early, and Air New Zealand refused to issue me a boarding pass. Because I had no leave date for New Zealand. So I had just bought my flight to Australia, but I didn't buy a visa for Australia. So they're like, well, this return flight doesn't mean anything because you don't have a visa to get into Australia. And I'm like, cool, that's sick. And they're like, well, we'll buy you one. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I give them my money, and they're like, no, like Air New Zealand will buy it for you. And so they bought me a visa to Australia, which was like $30, and then gave me my ticket, and I went upstairs to, get on the flight and stuff like that after hanging out in the airport for a couple hours. And I looked at my seat, and I was like, oh, this is going to suck. It's 4 seats. It's a 777 300ER. So 4 seats in the middle, and I was like in the middle seat, and I was like, I'm not doing this. And so I asked if I could get moved, and the lady said, oh, somebody just gave up a row seat. So I got in the row, and there was nobody next to me, and I was like, sweet. And then this girl came over who was very large and sat next to me and was acting super weird. And I was like, this is going to be a long 13-hour flight. And then the flight attendant came over and said, we had found you a better seat, and like took her somewhere else. And she said she had just had surgery and needed to be able to stand up. So I didn't have anybody next to me, and I was able to sleep for like 10 hours of the 13-hour flight. So that was pretty cool. And then luckily my car was actually here, because there was some weirdness about that. There's still some weirdness. I only get this car until I leave the North Island, and then I have to get a different car in the South Island. So anyways, I'm just sitting here, got me the necessaries. These are toffee apple flavored. Got a bunch of food, got an air mattress, got some sleeping things. This car barely fits me. There's a dude out there looking at me super weird. This car barely fits me, but it does fit me. Right now I'm on my way to Matamata, where I've been before, but I wanted to go to Hobbiton again because I am a huge nerd. So this is kind of what I'm looking at out here. It's cool. The weird thing is I remembered how to get here without even looking at a map, so that's pretty cool. I have driven this road a couple times though. So anyways, you will hear from me more, and you will enjoy my broken forward-facing camera. Hey! First day complete. It's raining. It's beautiful. I just hiked Waiarea Falls. Now, if you've been a long-time watcher of my life, you will have known that I've been to Waiarea Falls before in 2011, wherein we unsuccessfully hiked the falls because it got dark. Today, I successfully hiked all the way to the top and back, and met some new friends on the way, and they hiked half the way up with me and the whole way down, and showed me some cool spots that I didn't know about, and so yeah, that was super cool. I also went back to Hobbiton, which was amazing. I'm so glad I went back, because when I was there in 2011, it was like a week before they were shooting, a few days before they were shooting, and I wasn't allowed to see that much of the set or walk around on that much of the set. Now you can see a lot more, and they've actually added a bunch of other cool, really interesting things. So yeah, really glad I did that. And so now I'm probably gonna just hang out here at Wairia Falls and go to sleep here, because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, and it's raining, and it's beautiful. And right now I see at least one, if not 3 other people camping out here tonight. So, you know, a little bit of community, and that makes it a little bit safer, I think. But it's New Zealand, so it's already super safe. But yeah, all in all, successful day. I'm not that jet lagged at all. Maybe it'll hit me tomorrow. Maybe it won't hit me at all. I slept for like 10 hours on the plane, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, good first day.